Hello everyone. Today we are going to study about the Booth's algorithm for the multiplication of two signed binary numbers. Booth's multiplier can be used to multiply either signed or unsigned binary numbers. And after the multiplication, the product here is represented in 2's complement form. So this algorithm handles both positive and negative multipliers uniformly. As in here, the multiplicand can be negative and the multiplier can be positive, or vice versa, or both multiplicand and multiplier can be positive, or both multiplicand and multiplier can be negative. For all these four combinations, the hardware as well as the number of steps required to obtain the product is more or less the same. And this algorithm works well when we have consecutive ones or zeros in the multiplier, as in the number of addition and the subtraction operations that are required for multiplication in these two cases is less. The worst case occurs when there are pairs of alternate zeros and ones, as in if the multiplier looks something like 0 1 0 1 0 1 or 1 0 1 0 1 0, then the number of additions and the subtractions required in order to obtain the product is more. Now let's try to learn this Booth algorithm with an example. Let m be our multiplicand, which is -6. Let q be our multiplier, which is equal to 3. So therefore you should get the product to be equal to -18. So now we start the algorithm, and then here, as you can see here, we need an accumulator A which is initialized to 0. We need a register bit Q1 which is initialized to 0. Generally, this accumulator A will be equal to n bits, where n represents the number of bits required to represent these two numbers in the binary form. So as you can see here, 3 can be represented using 3 bits, 6 can be represented using 3 bits. In order to represent the negative sign, we need another bit. So therefore, Q here will be 0, 0, 1, 1. Whereas -6 here, we can represent it in 2's complement format. So 6 is basically represented as 0, 1, 1, 0. So we take the 2's complement of this. This is the 1's complement. You add 1 to it in order to get the 2's complement. So this is the representation of -6. Therefore, we need 4 bits here. Therefore, we make n is equal to 4. So now before we start, let's try to put all this in a few columns so that it is easier to understand. First column will be the count. As you can see in the first box, count is initialized to n, which is the number of bits, and that is 4 in this case. The second column is the accumulator, which is initialized to 0. So this contains n number of bits, which is 4 zeros in this case. The third column contains the multiplier, which we call it as q. Again here q has 4 bits, therefore let's call this q3, q2, q1 and q0. So this will be 0, 0, 1, 1, which is the multiplier. And the last column will be q minus 1, and let's initialize it to 0. So now once this is done, we check Q0 and Q1. So here as you can see, Q0 is 1 and Q of minus 1 is 0. So Q0, Q minus 1 is 1, 0. So if Q0, Q minus 1 is 1, 0, we subtract M from the accumulator. So accumulator is 0. M is equal to 1, 0, 1, 0. So minus m. So m is 1010, which is minus 6. So minus m is nothing but plus 6, which is 0110. So therefore, what we do, the operation that we perform here is a minus of m, which is nothing but a plus of minus m. So accumulator is 0, minus m is 0110. So therefore, what we get here is 0110, right? And then we just bring this down as it is 0011 and then 0. So once we have this, what we're going to do is we're going to arithmetic shift right a, q and q minus 1. So basically this entire term we are going to shift it right by retaining the first bit as it is. That is basically we'll keep 0 here as it is, and then this 0 comes here, this 1 goes there, this 1 goes here, and then we have 0, 0, 0, 1 and then 1. And then we decrement the count, and now the count is 3. Then we check if 3 is equal to 0. It's not equal to 0, and therefore we continue doing this. So now again we check Q0 and Q minus 1, which is 1, 1 in this case. So therefore if Q0 and Q minus 1 are either 1, 1 or 0, 0, we do not perform any addition or subtraction, we only shift. So that's why in the previous slide I said if there are consecutive ones and zeros in the multipliers, then the number of operations required to obtain the product is less. Right? So now in the next step what we do is we only shift. So here we retain the first 0 as it is, then this 0 goes here, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0 and then 1. So now again the count gets reduced. So here count is equal to 2. So now as you can see here the last two bits are 0 and 1. So if Q0, Q minus 1 are 0 and 1, then we add A to M. So now at this point A is equal to 0, 0, 0, 1. M is 1, 0, 1, 0. So the addition of these two results in this. Therefore, we bring that down to the accumulator here. Okay, let's copy this as it is. And 1. So now we have to shift, right? So we retain this as it is, and then this goes here 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0 and 0. Next the count becomes 1. So 1 is not equal to 0. Now we see the last two bits, which is 0 and 0. So if it is 0 and 0, we again just write shift without addition or subtraction. Therefore, we just bring this down as it is and then shift it 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0 and 0. Now again we decrement the count. Now count becomes 0. So now this comes out of the loop. Since count is 0, this exits the loop. So now what is the product here actually? As you can see, the product here is nothing but the contents in the accumulator plus Q. So this is in the 2's complement format. So initially you have ones here which represents the number is negative. Now take the 2's complement of this in order to get what is the exact binary number. So now this will be, let's take the 1's complement first, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, So add 1 to it in order to get the 2's complement. This will be 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. So this is nothing but 2 power minus 1, 2 power 0. So this is 2 power, this corresponds to 2 power 1, which is 2. This is 2 power 2, 2 power 3 multiplied by 0 is 0 itself. And this is 2 power 4, which is 16. Therefore, 16 plus 2 is equal to 18. And hence, we obtain the required product. With this, we have seen how a Booth multiplier works with an example. I hope it is clear. Thank you.